Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing a video that I've seen floating around here on YouTube, but I'm going to do it a little different. We're going to do 2016 makeup with a 2024 twist. I also wanted to use the new Nomad New Zealand palette, and I wanted to use it in combination with the Royal Europe. So we're going to use these to create a cut crease and use some new favorites and old favorites and see how we can put a spin on the 2016 makeup era. If you guys are interested in that, then just keep watching because we are about to get started. My name is Heather Eaglin. I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. If you guys love those things too, I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you do, don't forget to click the notification bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. As I already mentioned, we have a ton of new favorites to try, along with a bunch of older favorites. And I'm really excited to use these two palettes together. But let's go ahead and zoom you guys in so that you can see what's going on this face a little more up close. On Saturday, I posted a video creating two looks with this palette. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I will link it right up here in the cards. And I highly recommend you guys check it out. And I ain't gonna lie, I was fangirling because Nomad commented on my video, really made my whole freaking day. I'm so excited about it. And I also have a few other things to tell you guys about. In the same day, I got an affiliate code for Bella Beauty Bar, which is AOML. It's an abbreviation for Ashesonmylashes. And I also got one for Didi's signature. I'm waiting on the code. I do already have the link in my description box. And I also am getting a code for Unearthly Cosmetics. I'm waiting for Amanda to send me a DM this week and let me know what my code name will be. But I'm so excited. I'm trying Didi's signature soon. I did order some stuff off her site and I'm really excited to try. It was one of her new releases, the Blooming Baskets release. I've heard a lot of great things about her formula, and she said she even just recently updated her mats. So I can't really speak on that one. But as for Bella Beauty Bar and Unearthly Cosmetics, I really love these brands. Unearthly is my absolute favorite brand. And to finally get a code from them literally made my whole year. I lost my mind. I'm so excited about it. And I just wanted to thank you guys because if you didn't watch my videos, and be a part of my channel and spend time in my comments and with me, then I wouldn't even ever have the code. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support and for, not to sound cliche, but for helping me make my dreams come true. I know, like, I still have under 400 subscribers, but it's like every little thing that happens, every subscriber, every time I see my numbers go up, as in subscribers, views, and stuff like that, like, it's so exciting. Every day it feels like I'm doing something so important, and it really is the best feeling in the world. And it's not something that I ever believed that I could feel. So to have it really just makes my whole life so much more and bigger and better. And I could just never thank you guys enough. But enough with the sappy stuff. I just really wanted to tell you guys about the codes because I am very excited about them. They are affiliated. Trying to push my hair back. I've already primed my face. I use the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer, and I'm really liking this. I've used it like 5 or 6 times now, and so far, so good. Please ignore my roots. I know that I desperately need to dye them, but I'm lazy, and I haven't done it yet. But we're going to go in with an older foundation. This one is newer to me. I purchased this year. This is the ABH Luminacious Foundation, and I have it in the shade 130N. I don't know if it will match me. It might be too light, but if it is, it's fine. We will just bronze up the skin and make it work. The highlights on this are that it's vegan, it's hydrating, long wearing, good for anti-aging, good for uneven texture, and a liquid formula. It's supposed to be a medium coverage with a natural finish. I know in 2016, I really honestly wasn't even watching videos at that time yet, but I'm pretty sure that the trend was matte foundation, and I've never personally liked matte foundation because it's never looked good on me. But we're going to go with luminous. Like I said, we're doing a 2024 twist on it. I did also read that blue eyeshadow is back, and you guys know that I'm going to be over here living my best freaking life because I absolutely love blue eyeshadow. Did I say blue foundation? I hope not, but I love blue eyeshadow, and I really hope that it's back. I also seen that graphic liner is really supposed to be becoming a bigger thing, and that people were going to interpret color into their makeup looks through like graphic liners. And I hope not, because if that's the case, I'm screwed. I cannot do a graphic liner to save my life. Actually, I think I talked about that in this Nomad video, and it's bad. I need to practice doing it, but I'm so scared of like doing an eye look and then screwing it up with graphic liner. I would be so mad. That would probably ruin my whole day. So far, this is a medium coverage, but I want to see if I can build it up just a little more in certain areas. Like I said, it's been a while since I've used this foundation, but I will say on top of this primer, I do really like it. I would say it is a luminous finish. I have two acne spots on my face, and it didn't cover them up. You can actually still see them pretty well. But I do think the formula of this is really pretty. But next, we are going to go in with the OG Tarte Shape Tape. I have it in the shade 22N. This is the one I use for my face to cover spots, but I think this might be too dark for my face because my foundation's actually too light, but we're going to go with it. And if it is too dark, I'm just going to go over it with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter, because that one's full coverage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like I said, this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I have it in the shade 1.3G, but we are just going to draw this big triangle. God, imagine how fast, like, we were all going through concealer. This was still a trend when I started watching, like, beauty YouTube or, like, other beauty videos on Instagram and stuff. So, I can't even imagine going through that much product now, especially with the price of everything. But we're just gonna put this down the center of our face. That way, when this dries down, it'll make my wrinkles look all nice and cakey and on my forehead, and then everyone will be able to see. It'll be great. There's some parts about 2016 makeup I still really love and still do, like the eyeshadow, the blush, and the highlight. But there's certain parts of it that I'm not crazy about, like the brows, this situation, the baking. I never did the baking. I never understood it. But for the sake of this video, we're going to give it a try. Okay, we are back with the concealer. And now, I don't think in 2016 cream products were like very popular, but this is going to be part of the 2024 twist that we put. I'm just going to draw this on everywhere that I typically place bronzer. I always use bronzer on my forehead. One, because I have a huge forehead, so the sun will typically touch my forehead, but I also use it to kind of contour. I know it's the wrong undertone, but I do it anyways. And then I also do it underneath my chin to try to snatch that neckline up just a little bit. And now we're going to go in with a brush. I'm going to use this brush from Sigma. It is the F47 Multitasker. Also, the foundation or brush I used was the Singe Beauty F01, and my concealer brush was the Singe Beauty F02. But now let's go ahead and blend this out. We may have to add a little more on the forehead, but we will see. I love this bronzer. This is the Rare Beauty Bronzing Stick. I have it in the shade Happy Soul. It is one of my favorite cream bronzers in my collection. As you can see, it looks really dark when you put it on the face, but it blends out so effortlessly. I just absolutely love it. I'm just going to go in with my Milk Makeup Cream Contour Stick in the shade Toasted, and I'm just going to lightly contour. I remember everyone used to like snatch their nose, which my nose has been broke, so it doesn't snatch very well. It kind of accentuates how crooked it is, but basically we're just going to put the little line here. I can't go up too high because that's where it's been broke. And we're just going to do under the lip, just a very little at each cheekbone, these corners of my 5 head. And we're just going to leave it at that. And then we are going to blend this out. I'm going to use my ColourPop F31 to blend out this contour. We're going to go in with this BH Cosmetics number 7 brush. This is just a angled contour brush, or an angled eyeshadow brush, but I'm just going to use this to blend out this nose contour slightly and add a little bit more product to this brush. I will say my concealer is really creasing. I think it's the Huda Beauty one doing that though. I really love that concealer because it's full coverage and hydrating, but I will say it creases on me like nobody's business. I always have to set it, which is probably a good thing that we are baking today. But now I'm just using my concealer brush and I'm just going over the center of my nose, and you can see I kind of snatched it. Once we do powder too, it will look a lot better. Okay, now here we are. The contour is done. Now we are going to go in with the setting powder. For under my eyes, I'm going to use my usual, the ABH setting powder in the shade Translucent. And I'm going to knock some, I got to buy a new setting powder. And I need to go back and look at the comments at your guys' recommendations, because I really want to try something else. I've had this probably since 2016. Please don't judge me, but it's really old. That thing lasts me forever. But I'm just going to use my velour puff. I get mine off of Amazon. And if I remember, I will link them down below because you get like a ton of them. But we are going to bake under the eye. And this goes against everything that I believe in. But I'll do like trying new stuff though. Don't get me wrong. Okay, we're not going to like cake it on. I'm just going to press. Well, I guess we are caking it on because I already did. And we are just going to set under the eye, and I'm just going to bring this up just a little bit. Also, I'm curious. I wanted to ask if any of you like to read. I'm currently reading the Throne of Glass series, and I am on book 5, Empire of Storms, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but it took me a second to really get into this book. And I think it's because I read it after, what is that book series called? I have the worst memory. Okay, I figured it out. I had to look it up. I started reading it after I read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. And I love the freaking series so much. Like, I don't know how I'm going to wait for another year for the next book to come out, but I loved it so freaking much. And it made it hard for me to get into this series. But like I said, I'm on book 5. I think there are 6 or 7. I don't really remember. I've already picked up the next one because I'm already finished with book 5. But if you guys like to read and you like fantasy books like that one, let me know down below what you think I should read next, because I would love some good recommendations. But next, I'm going to go in with my Lunar Beauty setting powder. It's the Universal setting powder, but I'm using the shade Translucent Pink because this is my favorite setting powder, even though it's pink. It's going to have to work for the 2024 part, but I'm going to do the bottom half of my face. Okay, now that we are baked, I'm going to go ahead and use a clean brush, and I'm going to dust all of this off. Now we're going to go in with a little more bronzer. Of course, this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light. It's hard for me to say certain words right now, but I'm doing my best. I'm going to use this Dupe Color number 4 brush. It's just an angled face brush, and I'm going to pick a little of this off. I've had this for a couple of years, and it still smells so freaking good. I love this product, and I've had one in my collection since I first started watching like makeup videos. But we are going to use this bronzer to bronze this mess up just a little bit more. I go a little heavy on the bronzer anyways, but I'm pretty sure that we did in 2016 as well. So far, I'm not going to lie, I actually really like the base. It looks really smooth. It looks great in person. Probably better in person than it even is picking up on camera. So I already have a look planned out for the palettes, and I'm so excited to show you guys. We're going to do like a little play off of this shirt, like a little color theme. I'm using my shirt as inspiration. But for blush, I want to go in with this palette. This is my Laura Lee and Lunar Beauty Full Fantasy blush palette. And I'm going to go in with this deeper shade right here. I love this blush. I love this freaking palette. I love the one Laura Lee came out with too. I still have that, but I know it's really hard to pick up. I don't think you can get it anymore unless you buy it on Mercari or something. So I try not to use it in videos. Sometimes I still do, like when I'm not showcasing like face products, because it's one of my favorite blush products. I wish you would bring it back or come out with another one because I really love it so much. But we are just going to really concentrate this out on the outer parts of the cheeks, because I want to use this Odens Eye SOLEMAN Sunlight Love Blusher in the shade Warm Sun. I still want to get some more of these, but there's so many really beautiful blushes coming out right now. So I'm holding back because I'd like to try more of the new stuff, especially the new Juvia's Place blushes. Those look beautiful, but I'm just going to use this to make this blush color a little bit more like blended out and kind of change the undertone of the original one. Okay, now that is everything I want to put on my face for now. Right now, I want to use my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. My bottle looks terrible. I have makeup all over it, but I'm just going to shake this up. And then I'm going to use my sponge to kind of blend all these products in and like melt them into my face and just press down. I remember in 2016, the most popular highlight was a really blinging one. And the best one I have for that, well, there's 2 actually. The first one is the Rare Beauty powder highlights. Those are freaking awesome. I have it in the shade Mesmerize, but I needed a more warm tone color for this eye look. that you guys are not ready for. But for that, I'm using the Glam Light Sugar High highlighting. It's a loose highlighter. I don't think this is available anymore, but they do have a lot of other really good ones. The Frosted Flakes is similar to this. So if you want something like this, I recommend checking out their site. So for this, I'm going to use my Singe Beauty F07, and I'm just going to use the cap. I'm going to try to and pick some up on the side of my brush, and I'm just going to add this into the skin and then blend it out. I really like this highlighter. I need a little bit more. It is like a blingy in your face, but it does have like little micro glitters in it. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it's beautiful, but it definitely reminds me of 2016. So next we are going to do brows. I'm kind of torn. I partially just want to do my brows the way I do them. I don't have a pomade, and I remember that's how it used to be back then. So I'm going to meet in the middle. I'm going to use this Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil, but it is in the wrong shade. This is shade number 5. It's a dark brown, and this is what I use when I freshly dye my hair. But when my hair is like it is right now, I usually use 3.5, which I'm so sad that I'm out of. But I'm going to meet in the middle. I'm going to fill in my brows the way I usually do. I'm just going to do it with a darker pencil. Okay, here is the brow, and this is the closest I plan on ever doing to a block brow. I mean, never say never. But now I'm going in with my ABH Brow Freeze on a spoolie, and I'm just running this through my brows. But now let's get into lips. I have 2 ABH liquid lipsticks. These suckers are drying. I haven't tried the new formula. I would really love to. But for old time's sake, we are going to use the liquid lipstick in the shade Bittersweet. And I love ABH's liners, but I don't have a color that will go with this. So I'm going to use the Unearthly lip liner in the shade Char. It's like a deep chocolate brown. I'm going to line my lips, and I will be right back, and we will apply the lipstick. Okay, here's a lip liner. I will say I love a nude lip just as much as the next person, but I really freaking love a dark navy lip too. Now we are going to apply the lipstick in the center. I love the color personally. I know it's not for everyone, but it is for me. Listen, I live in Ohio. I don't know if I've ever said that before, but last week we got a snowstorm like nobody's business. And right now it's actually, there's a thunderstorm going on, which is the craziest thing ever. Yesterday it was like 60 degrees. The weather is blowing my mind. So now we're going to get into the eye look. My plan is to use the Nomad Royal Europe palette for most of my mattes. I want to stick with these colors here. I would like to somehow incorporate this shade called Great Hall. It's like a brick red color, but the thing I was missing in the Royal Europe palette was a shade to blend stuff out with. These are all very deep colors on my very pale skin tone. So I'm going to use this shade, Queenstown Skyline, to blend it out. And then we are going to do the cut crease. We're going to do a half cut crease probably. And then we are going to use the shade Jewel Box, which I haven't used yet. I have swatched it and it's freaking beautiful. And we are going to use the shade down here. We are going to start out with my Singe Beauty EO6, and we are going to go into this top shade up here. It's like a mustard shade. It's really freaking pretty. You guys know I really love shades like that, but I think it'll match my shirt really well and my lip combo. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do one eye on camera, and then I'll do the other eye off camera. I'm just going to press this in the crease. I'm not really worried about what happens on the lid. I'm going to try to keep it as like neat as I can, but there's no, I'm not, you know, gonna fret over it because I do plan on cutting that out with a makeup remover, and then we'll go over it with the concealer. But I really love this shade. I'm trying to wing it out as well. Now we're going to use my Singe Beauty EO3. It's just a fluffy blending brush, and we're going into the shade Queenstown Skyline, and we're just going to use a little bit of this to blend out this first shade. And I'm going to concentrate some of this in the inner corner to lighten that first shade up just a little bit. I've been so excited to do this video. I hope you guys really like it. We could do like other eras too, like 1950 or whatever. If you guys are interested in that, I think it could be really fun. The only reason I wanted to do 2016 first is because I know that like makeup time is really coming back in style and back on trend, and I'm excited about it because that was my favorite makeup era. Now I'm switching over to my Singe Beauty EO4, and I'm just picking up some more of this first shade, and we are gonna just press this into the crease. We're just gonna deepen it up. The shades in these palettes layer like nobody's business. They are freaking awesome, and they blend out so easily. I do have hooded eyes, so I want to bring these colors up further than my crease, because you can see once I cut it out, it's going to cut this whole front portion out. So I do want to go a little bit above that. Now going in with my Singe Beauty EO4, I just cleaned it off on my Sigma switch. I'm going to go and pick up the shade Great Hall. I think I'm going to put this in the crease before I use that really deep green, but I think it might make a really cool blend to do both shades. And like I said, I really wanted to incorporate this shade into this look, but I'm just going to press this all the way down and try to like slowly deepen it up as I go. That way I'm not trying to do it too fast and then have a harder time blending it out. This is a very deep shade on my skin tone. Now I'm going to go back in with my Singe Beauty EO6, and I'm going to pick up that first shade that I used, and I'm just going to use this to blend out that red. As you can see, it's a little smudgy right at this very moment. So we're just going to blend on the very edges of this. Now I'm going to go back into that brick red, and I'm just going to build this up a little bit more. Tell me my eye look doesn't go perfect with my background. Now I'm going to go back in with the EO6 again, and just with no extra product, I'm just going to blend on the edges of that one as well. Now we're going to switch over to the Singe Beauty EO5, just a really small detailed blending brush. And we are going to pick up the shade called Neptune Fountain. I really love this shade. I love the mattes in the Nomad formula too. They're like really buttery. I know a lot of people don't like that term, but they almost feel creamy. They're very special. I'm just going to pick up a little of this at a time on my brush, and I'm just going to go through here and really deepen up this crease. I think this look is going to be so fun, so smoky. Now going back in with my Singe Beauty EO6, I'm going to go back and pick up more of the shade called Great Hall, and we are going to blend this out. I'm just going to run back through all of the colors really quick just to make sure it's blended. Okay, so now my eyeshadow on top is done. I used to have flat, I cannot find them anywhere. I don't know why I'm still looking. Flat Q-tips for doing cut creases, but after I did my declutters, I moved my drawers around so I'd have more room, but now I can't find them, and that sucks. But I'm just going to go and dump some of this Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover into a cap. And then I'm going to use this Q-tip to try to get the eyeshadow off of my lid without making a huge freaking mess. I'm just going to use my velour puff. That way it doesn't, my fingers don't make a smudge mark on my face. But I'm just going to basically, I don't know how to show you guys without not being able to look in the mirror. But I'm just going to follow along everywhere that I want to cut that out with concealer. And then I use the dry side to wipe away the makeup remover so it doesn't mess up the look. But basically, you just want to switch Q-tips a lot because if they start fraying, it will mess up the look. I'm going to switch and get a new Q-tip, and then I'm going to work on this outer half. Been a long time since I've done this, so it might take me a minute to get it even, and hopefully I won't screw it up. Okay, now this is dried down, so we're going to cut it out with concealer. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer again, and I'm just going to put some of this on the back of my hand. And for my brush, I'm using a flat brush. This is a BH Cosmetics packing brush. I like it because it has this dome tip, and it does seem to make it easier. I'm picking up a little bit of the product on my brush, and I'm just blending it into the brush. That way I don't have on too much because my eyes do crease. And I don't want this to travel up, and that's happened to me a bunch of times before. But now I'm just going to go across here with this and follow this line to make it look all fresh. If you have hooded eyes, it can be helpful to do what I did. I went above the fold on the corner of my eye. That way you can like truly see the full cut crease, because it's annoying to waste your time on this and then you not even be able to see it. So I try to go above it. I'm going to go in now with my Unearthly Cosmetics Glimmer Grasp, and I clean that same flat brush off, and I'm just going to sweep this all over the lid and try to get it as precise to this line as I can. And I think I'm gonna try to like smoke it out. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. So far, I see a couple of spots I'm gonna have to go back over. Once that glitter glue dries down after we do the shimmers, I'll fix it. But honestly, not bad considering that it's been so long since I've done them. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe 224 brush. It's another one of those dome brushes. It's just a little bigger. Honestly, it doesn't matter as long as it's that dome shape. But we are just going to press this on all over where I put that glitter primer in this front portion of the lid. This color is so freaking pretty. And I really want to use this other shade because I haven't got to use a lot of the shades in this shimmer palette yet. And I really want to. They're so beautiful. This looks like fire and ice. You'll be able to see it really well once I show you guys the up close. I'm going to clean off this brush on my Sigma switch. And now I'm going to go into the shade called Jewel Box. I just can't resist. I hope it goes with this like cut crease vibe, but we will see. I'm so used to having that deep outer corner that it feels weird to me to do anything different. So that's why I'm like really hoping that I like it. Now we're going to go back into that first shimmer shade, and I'm going to just press this along out here. If anything, this really just adds to that really pretty glowy highlight. And you know what? I may take a page out of Betty Jean's book and use this shade for highlight and make it kind of smoke into that. So we're going to go with this Tress Loose B203 highlighting brush. And I'm just going to use the fluffy side. And we are going to make this like smoke out. I want it to make sense. I don't want it to just stop right there. So we are going to do this, pull a little 2024 into this look. And I think this is really cool. It's like fairy magic. Now we're going to go in with my BLENDBUNNY highlighting palette. And if you know me, you know I'm going to use shade Enlightened. And we're going to put a little bit of this on the inner corner. Look how freaking beautiful that is. And bring it in just a tiny bit on the lid. Just brighten that up right there. But we're not going to stop there. We are going to mix a little of this shade and this shade. And we're going to put this under the brow bone. That's not something I do a lot, but every time I do it, I wonder why I don't. Because I actually really love the look of a brow bone highlight. This is the most fun I've had. Like, don't get me wrong, I have fun when I get new palettes and stuff, but I never like let myself be this free with what I'm doing. And it's very fun. I've had such a blast creating this look. We are going to use this mustardy shade again. I don't know the technical term for a shade like that. So I compare everything in my life to the mustards because I freaking love them. But we are going to press this along the lower lash line. I am so excited to see this look finished. We are going to go into this shade right here called Neptune Fountain. And I'm going to press this all along the lower lash line, like as close as I can freaking get. But I'm going to focus this on that outer portion, and I'm just going to make sure it blends out to the front. And I might do a little of this up top as well. That could be really pretty if the shimmers will let me. So this is the finished look so far. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do this other eye and do lashes and liner. Welcome back. Here is the finished look. I love this so much. I miss doing the full cut creases. I used the Ardell Faux Mink 811 lashes. It was the bottom ones down here. I remember everyone did a bigger lash, but I didn't have ones that were that big. But for this look, I did do a full lash with the biggest lashes that I do have. For liner, I used my ColourPop Cream Gel liner in the shade Sunnyvale. And I did this on the outer portion to really smoke out the outer corner. My lash glue isn't dried and my lashes are sticking together. But on the inner portion here, I used the shade Punch, which is one of my favorite ColourPop Cream Gel liners. But here is an up close of the look. So this is my 4th time using the New Zealand palette from Nomad Cosmetics. And I've used the Royal Europe palette a lot of times. I purchased it last year, but I'm really loving this palette. I really love this look. And let me know, does this count as the neutral look that I promised you guys? Or is it still like too much glam? I love full glam makeup. It is my favorite. I really loved a lot of parts of the 2016 makeup era. I'm really happy that it's coming back to some extent with the eyeshadow portion of it, because I feel like that was my time to shine and I missed it, but I'm here this time and you guys are going to have to let me know, what do you think of this look? Do you use any of these products? Have you tried these 2 Nomad palettes? And if so, what are your thoughts on them? Also, let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the 2016 makeup era was. Which year had your favorite trends? Was it even 2016 or 2024? Or was it somewhere in between or somewhere before? I'm really eager to hear what you guys have to say about this. And I appreciate you guys watching this video all the way to the end. If you liked it, I really hope you will give me a thumbs up. And until next time, bye.